Everybody, time for Daily Distinction. Glad you're here. Well, it looks like we've been all over the clock with our various times every day. So this is supposed to be our customary time now, but I'm glad you're here. Thanks for taking a moment to jump on here, and thanks for being around. That's awfully nice. So please, I want to, as I keep being reminded to do, make sure you share. It takes just a second to hit that share button and let other folks know that we're on. That's how we grow our viewership. And by the way, you can share it. And even if people don't tune in right now, it means that they get that message and they might watch the replay. So even if you're watching on replay, which the vast majority of you do, please take a moment and just hit share. That would mean the world if you did that. So glad that you're here. Thanks for taking the time to check in. Brian is checking in. Good to see you. How you doing? Dwayne checking in. Good afternoon to you too, Dwayne. I hope all is great wherever you are today. So thanks for being a part of this. Thanks for being here. And as always, too, I want to remind you about the Iconic Inner Circle. It's where you can join today for absolutely free. First month's on me. There's no risk. Why wouldn't you join? Learn about storytelling and how to do virtual events better, personal distinction, weekly distinction sessions for you. Matter of fact, just recorded this week's program, which is really, really important about where does it go wrong with customers and how do you fix it? So check it out, iconicinnercircle.com. Darcy checking in from Fishers, Indiana. Good to see you, Darcy. Hope everything is good with you today. Thank you for being here as always. I really, really appreciate it. So, all right. So what I want to talk about today is customer buy-in, right? My friend Jerry Eisenhower sent me a note, and he's doing a program on it, and it really got me thinking. And Jerry will have some different ideas for his clients and what he's doing. But I just wanted to talk about it for just a couple minutes today because I don't think it's ever been more important that you get customer buy-in. Look, there's all kinds of studies. All you need to do is Google it. You'll find a gazillion of them. There's all kinds of studies about why it is so critical today to have engaged employees. The employees that are engaged are the employees that really make a connection with your customer, right? If I'm disengaged from where I work, I don't give a darn about my customers. I don't follow up with what's going on. So the question then becomes, what do we do to create engaged employees? It's so important. And in this time as well, where employees can go anywhere and do anything, the job market is such that, hey, if it doesn't work out for me here, oh God, there's plenty of places looking for good people. I can go anywhere, right? So we got to hang on to good people and we got to attract good people. And so what is the number one aspect to employee engagement? Hey, here's a great question. Who the hell are you? I don't know. Check it out online. I'd ask you the same, right? Why are you asking that? So anyway, I think when we think about employee engagement, and I think when we talk about the importance of employee engagement, we're looking in the wrong spot. We're looking at all the ways that, what are the tricks and the techniques and the things that we can do to create more employee engagement. We're looking in the wrong place. It's the wrong spot. We got to start looking at how have we trained ourselves and educated ourselves, and how have we educated and trained our managers, our leaders, right? We want employees to be engaged, but we haven't stepped back and worked enough with our leaders and our managers to help them connect. And sometimes we got to look at not sometimes, we need to look in the mirror when it comes to that as well. See, today, and you've heard this before, and we need to talk about it again. Employees don't quit their job. They quit their boss. They quit their manager. People don't say, oh, I'm going to leave Verizon. I pick a company. They say, man, I don't like working in this store. That manager's driving me crazy. I'll go someplace else and work. And Verizon loses a good employee. The store loses a good employee. But did the employee quit Verizon? No, they didn't want to work at that store. And Jason, you nailed it. That's exactly right. That is perfect. Employees are looking for an experience just like our customers. So Jason, I'm going to piggyback on what you're saying there, because one of the things that I think that has happened, and one of the things we have to be very careful of, is that many times those of us in leadership, or those of us, as entrepreneurs or as managers or as, small business owners, we got here by being independent. And maybe in a job that we had, it was like we were led by somebody saying, "Hey, my way or the highway. You don't do it the way I want you to do it. Well, I'll find somebody who does." Some of us through sports had a coach that was our leader. Sporting analogies are so often used in business, and it was going to be, here's the way you're going to do it, and you're going to keep doing it till you get it right, and there was a philosophy of my way or the highway. You're going to do it the way. My mother, I love my mom, but my mom used to say, when I would say, and I bet you could fill in the blank here. When I would say, "Mom, why?" A primary answer was, "Because I said so." Anybody else hear that? Anybody else's parents say that? When you say, "Why do I have to do that?" The answer was, "Because I said so." Well, now I think there's a whole bunch of us that have taken that management philosophy, that leadership philosophy into the marketplace, and we tell an employee to do something, or we tell our team, here's some things that are going to change. And in their mind, they're wondering why. And our response is, "Because I said so. My way or the highway. If you don't do it, I'll get somebody else who can." Not in today's market, you might not be able to. So when we look at how do we engage employees, we first have to look at ourselves. Are we leading in a way that's relevant to today's marketplace? Hey, yeah, I talked about sports being an analogy. How many coaches have had to change their style to deal with today's athlete? Now you can say, "Well, they shouldn't be spoiled. They shouldn't be." Hey, I'm not going to argue with that. Maybe they shouldn't be. But we have to deal in reality, don't we? We have to deal with the way things are. Hey, Colin, always great to see you, my friend. I think one of the reasons Late Harvest is successful is that once we know what is expected of us, they step back and allow us to do our job. There you go. And Colin, what a brilliant point you're making, because notice, okay, now break this down. Late Harvest, where Colin works in Indianapolis, hugely successful, one of my favorite places to eat in the world. And it's so successful. But look what he says here. Once we know what's expected of us, which what he's saying is, they also let us know what's expected. They let us know what's expected. He's not wondering, "Gee, I wonder what they want me to do here." And then they get out of our way and let us execute it. Pretty cool. Jerry, I don't know if you caught the first couple of minutes. I said that you stimulated today's subject, and I said I know that you're going to have a bunch of opinions on this and some varied viewpoints. I'm just giving mine. So I mentioned at the onset that it's your fault. You're responsible for this idea today. Hey, Sherry, great to hear from you. If the boss doesn't show excitement, it will rub off on employees. Customers just walk back out the door. Yeah, exactly. And that is so important. It's not just the specifics as leaders that we're communicating. It is engagement and emotion and connection that we're sharing as well. So my suggestion, if you want better engagement, if you want more buy-in, if you want more enthusiasm, is, Colin said, let them know what's expected. Be transparent. Communicate that. Also, I would add to what Colin is saying, just to piggyback on that, you need to let your team know how important their role is in the success, right? I mean, they're communicating not only what needs to be done, they're also communicating that's what the success of the enterprise depends upon, right? The success of Late Harvest, where Colin works, depends upon Colin knowing what's expected, doing what's expected, and being engaged and excited about delivering what's expected. All of that goes together and creates success. But if leaders don't start that, if leaders don't stimulate that, if managers aren't going with that, then how do you expect your employees to buy in? You know, think about your 401k, your investments. Do you go, man, I'm going to buy into that company because I don't know if they're going to be successful or not. I don't know if I think they're going down the tubes. I'd better put some money in that. You don't buy into something that you don't believe is going to be successful. You don't buy into something that you don't think has some opportunity to it. So if there's no future opportunity, if there's no way to go in the organization, why would they buy into it? Using the same philosophy, you wouldn't invest in it. And Jerry, as always, you're exactly right. You involve them in problem-solving solutions and strategies because that's part of them feeling a part of it. I don't buy into something I can't participate in. So get them to participate. So the main thing I wanted to mention today is when we talk about the importance of getting our team to buy in and the employee experience. The employee experience doesn't begin with the employees. The employee experience begins with us, with leaders, entrepreneurs, managers, C-suite officials, whatever it takes. And when we do that, we can truly create distinction because we have a team that will create it. Hey, that does it for today for Daily Distinction. I look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. Thank you for sharing. For those of you that have shared this, I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you for being here every day. Also, make sure you check out Iconic Inner Circle. Wait a minute, Jason's got something. The reason why we as leaders are looking for talent instead of workers. Yes. Yep, absolutely. Jason, I love that because part of what we said is it's talent management, isn't it? I've noticed a lot of organizations are changing from human relations or employee relations to talent management because it's recognizing people are bringing their talents to an organization. So that's a great point. Jerry, yeah, it can't be a dictator. That's not leadership. As we said earlier, it cannot be my way or the highway down the tubes. Here, do it. If you can't do it, I'll get somebody else, right? That doesn't work today. We're going to be more engaged. We're going to be better leaders. That's going to create better teams, and that's going to create distinction. I'll look forward to talking to you again tomorrow on the next Daily Distinction.